We see their names on buildings, we hear their names in the news. They are the titans of our modern age, the billionaires who shape our world. But what do we really know about them? Beyond the headlines and the stock market tickers lies a hidden realm. It is a world sealed off from public view, a life lived behind a gilded veil. Their wealth buys them more than just comfort, it buys them privacy, it buys them secrecy. This is a world where the rules are different, where the very fabric of reality can be bent to one's will. They live in a separate dimension, one that we can only glimpse in fleeting moments. The super rich are not just living a more luxurious version of our lives, they are living a different life entirely. Their concerns are not our concerns, they worry about legacy, not bills. They plan for generations, not for the next fiscal quarter. This elite class operates on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. Their decisions ripple across the globe, affecting markets, politics, and even the environment. Yet the people making these decisions remain shadows. They are phantoms in the machine they created, moving silently through a world they have custom-built for themselves, far away from the noise and the chaos of ordinary existence. Imagine a life without limits, a life where any desire can be fulfilled. This is the reality for the 0.001%. They do not simply buy cars, they commission one-of-a-kind automotive masterpieces. They do not just fly first class, they own fleets of private jets that are more like flying penthouses. Their homes are not just houses, they are sprawling compounds with private security forces. This level of opulence creates a powerful buffer between them and the rest of humanity. It is a bubble of extreme privilege, carefully constructed and fiercely guarded from the prying eyes of the world they so profoundly influence. This essay will pull back the curtain, just a little. It will explore the secret lives of the super rich. We will journey to their private islands and descend into their subterranean bunkers. We will look to the stars with them and delve into the strange science they hope will conquer death itself. This is not just a story of extravagance, it is a story about power, about fear, and about the future of humanity itself. It is an attempt to understand a world that exists alongside our own but remains almost entirely invisible, a silent empire of unimaginable wealth and influence. The ultimate symbol of billionaire status is not a mansion, but an island. A private island is more than property, it is a personal kingdom. It is a sovereign territory where the owner makes the rules. Larry Ellison, the founder of Oracle, owns 98% of Lanai, a Hawaiian island. He is transforming it into a wellness utopia, a personal experiment in living. Sir Richard Branson's Necker Island is another famous example, a Caribbean paradise that serves as both a private retreat and an exclusive resort for the global elite. These are not mere vacation spots, they are extensions of their owners' egos, blank canvases on which to project their grandest visions. Beyond their private islands, the super rich navigate the world's oceans in vessels that defy imagination. These are not yachts, they are super yachts. Jeff Bezos reportedly commissioned the Koru, a sailing yacht so massive its support vessel has its own helipad. These floating palaces are equipped with swimming pools, movie theaters, spas, and even submarine launch bays. They are designed for total autonomy, capable of staying at sea for weeks or months at a time. They are mobile fortresses of luxury, allowing their owners to disappear from the map entirely, surrounded by a hand-picked crew sworn to secrecy and dedicated to their every need. Back on land, their homes are designed with the same principles of isolation and security. They're not just houses but fortified compounds. Bill Gates' sprawling estate in Medina, Washington, nicknamed Xanadu 2.0, is a technological marvel. It is built into a hillside featuring state-of-the-art security and a network of sensors that customize the environment for every guest. These are not welcoming homes, they are modern-day castles. They are built to keep the world out, protected by high walls, advanced surveillance systems, and teams of private security professionals who often have backgrounds in elite military or intelligence agencies. These assets, the island, the yacht, the compound, form a network of sanctuaries. They allow the ultra-wealthy to move between bubbles of perfect comfort and control. They can fly on a private jet from their secure urban penthouse to their private island without ever interacting with the public. This ecosystem of extreme luxury creates a profound sense of detachment. It reinforces the idea that they are separate from society, not subject to its inconveniences or its dangers. They are modern-day pharaohs, building monuments to their own power and insulating themselves within layers of unimaginable wealth and privilege. Beneath the manicured lawns of their estates lies a darker secret. Many of the super rich are preparing for the worst. They are building underground bunkers, luxurious shelters designed to withstand any catastrophe. These are not the damp concrete cellars of the Cold War era. They are subterranean mansions complete with swimming pools, home cinemas, art galleries, and hydroponic gardens. Companies like Rising S Bunkers and Vivos specialize in creating these bespoke survival shelters. Their clients are not just paranoid eccentrics, they are some of the most powerful people in finance and technology, quietly hedging their bets against the future. These bunkers represent the ultimate form of wealth insulation. They are built to survive nuclear war, pandemics, climate collapse, or civil unrest. They are often located in remote, geopolitically stable regions like New Zealand, which has become a popular destination for preppers from Silicon Valley. The bunkers are self-sufficient with their own power generation, water purification, and air filtration systems. They are stocked with years' worth of gourmet food. The goal is not just to survive, but to survive in style. It is to maintain their lavish lifestyle even as the world outside might be falling apart. The mindset behind this trend is revealing. It shows a deep-seated anxiety about the very systems that created their wealth. Some Silicon Valley billionaires reportedly have a bug-out bag ready at all times and a private plane on standby. They fear a backlash, a moment when society turns on its wealthiest members. The bunker is their final escape hatch. It is a physical manifestation of their desire to disconnect completely from the fate of the masses. It is a plan to ride out the storm in comfort and safety, emerging only when the danger has passed, ready to rebuild the world in their image. The secrecy surrounding these projects is intense. Contracts include strict non-disclosure agreements. The locations are kept hidden, known only to the owner and a small circle of trusted individuals. Some are rumored to be built under existing mansions, accessed by hidden elevators. Others are part of larger, shared communities where like-minded billionaires can form a new, underground society. This preparation for doomsday is perhaps the most telling aspect of their hidden lives. It shows that for some, the ultimate luxury is not another yacht, but a guaranteed ticket to survival. The ambitions of the super-rich are no longer confined to our planet. The final frontier has become their new playground. Billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Sir Richard Branson are pouring fortunes into private space exploration. This is not just a hobby. It is a new space race driven by ego, vision, and immense capital. Musk's SpaceX has a bold mission to make humanity a multi-planetary species, starting with a colony on Mars. He sees it as a life insurance for our species, a backup plan in case something goes wrong on Earth. This is not science fiction, it is a well-funded business plan. Jeff Bezos and his company Blue Origin share a similar vision but with a different approach. Bezos imagines a future where millions of people live and work in space, in massive orbiting colonies. He sees Earth as a place to be preserved, a beautiful residential zone, while heavy industry is moved off-planet. This is a monumental undertaking, one that only a person with his resources could even contemplate. His rocket, New Shepard, is already taking wealthy tourists on brief trips to the edge of space, offering them a glimpse of the world they seek to transcend. It is the beginning of a new era of space commercialization. This new obsession with space is about more than just exploration or survival. It is about legacy. What do you do when you have conquered the world of business? You look to other worlds. For these titans, space offers a canvas for a legacy that will last for millennia. Building a city on Mars or a colony in orbit is a project of historical, almost mythological proportions. It is a way to be remembered not just as a businessman, but as a pioneer who changed the course of human history. They are not just building companies, they are building new worlds. But there is a more exclusive side to this cosmic ambition. Space travel is, for now, the ultimate luxury good. A ticket on a Virgin Galactic or Blue Origin flight costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is an experience reserved for a tiny fraction of the global population. As these technologies develop, space could become another realm of separation. A future where the wealthy can escape a crowded, polluted Earth for pristine orbital habitats or Martian colonies is no longer just a fantasy. It is a potential future being actively engineered by the very people who would benefit from it the most. For those who have everything, there is one final unconquerable enemy: death. The quest to defeat aging has become, honestly, one of the most secretive and well-funded projects in the world of the super-rich. Billionaires from Silicon Valley and beyond are investing heavily in biotechnology, life extension, and anti-aging research. They're funding startups with some pretty ambitious goals, from reversing cellular damage to, believe it or not, uploading consciousness to a computer. But this isn't just about living a few extra healthy years, it's about achieving a state of so-called radical life extension, or even, well, biological immortality. Figures like Peter Thiel, the co-founder of PayPal, have been openly interested in anti-aging science. He's invested in companies like the Methuselah Foundation, which aims to make 90 the new 50. Larry Ellison has his own foundation for aging research. Jeff Bezos is also reported to have invested in Altos Labs, a biotech company focused on cellular rejuvenation programming. The science here is complex, involving gene editing, stem cell therapy, and parabiosis, the controversial practice of infusing blood from a younger person. These are experiments happening right at the very edge of our understanding. And this pursuit is shrouded in secrecy. Many of the investments are private, and the research is conducted in labs far from public scrutiny. There are even whispers of personal experiments, of billionaires trying unproven therapies on themselves. They already have access to the best medical care in the world, but they want more. They want access to the medicine of tomorrow, today. This creates, frankly, a private, two-tiered system of healthcare. While the public debates access to basic medicine, a select few are pioneering a future where the human lifespan itself might become a luxury commodity. The implications, well, they're pretty profound. What would a world where the rich can live for centuries actually look like? It would create a permanent ruling class, an aristocracy of the ageless. Power and wealth, already concentrated, would become entrenched for generations. The gap between the haves and the have-nots would widen into a chasm between the mortals and the immortals. The secret quest for eternal life is perhaps the most audacious project of the super-rich. It's an attempt to rewrite the most fundamental rule of the human condition, reserving the ultimate prize for themselves. To understand the hidden world of the super-rich, we must look at the individuals who define it. Elon Musk is perhaps the most visible example of this new breed of billionaire. He is not a quiet industrialist, he is a showman, a visionary, and a provocateur. With Tesla, he is reshaping the automotive and energy industries. With SpaceX, he is aiming for Mars. With Neuralink, he wants to merge the human brain with artificial intelligence. He does not just build companies, he builds narratives about the future, and he places himself at the center of them. His actions are bold, public, and shape our collective imagination. In contrast, Jeff Bezos operates with a more methodical, almost relentless logic. He built Amazon from an online bookstore into a global empire that touches nearly every aspect of modern life. His ambition is just as grand as Musk's, but it is executed with a different style. His investments in space with Blue Origin, in longevity with Altos Labs, and in media with The Washington Post show a strategic mind at work. He is quietly assembling the pieces of a future where his influence will be even greater. Bezos represents a different kind of power, less about public spectacle and more about the silent, systemic control of the infrastructure of our lives. These titans are not just products of our time, they are its architects. They have amassed more wealth and power than many nations. Their personal philosophies and whims can redirect the course of technology and society. They are often seen as heroic figures, innovators pushing humanity forward. But their immense power is also a source of unease. They operate with a level of autonomy that is unprecedented. They are not elected, yet their decisions have more impact than those of many political leaders. They are creating the future, but it is a future built according to their own designs and desires. The lives of these individuals give us a window into the mindset of the modern billionaire. They are driven by an insatiable need to build, to disrupt, and to control. They see problems on a global, even interplanetary scale, and believe they are the only ones with the vision and resources to solve them. They are creating a new mythology for the 21st century, casting themselves as the heroes of the story. But in this story, the rest of humanity often plays a supporting role, living in a world that these modern gods are busy creating in their own image. Wealth insulation is a term that captures a core strategy of the super-rich. It is the practice of using their vast resources to create a buffer between themselves and the world's problems. It is more than just security guards and gated communities, it is a comprehensive, multi-layered approach to self-preservation. It involves diversifying assets across multiple countries, securing multiple citizenships, and creating legal structures like trusts and foundations that protect wealth from taxes, lawsuits, and political instability. It is the art of making oneself untouchable both financially and physically. This insulation extends to their personal lives. They build systems to ensure a frictionless existence. A dedicated family office staffed by lawyers, accountants, and concierges manages every detail of their life. This team can arrange anything from a last-minute private jet to a secure evacuation route in a crisis. They use encrypted communication devices and employ cybersecurity firms to protect their digital lives from hackers. This creates a seamless bubble where their reality is perfectly managed, curated, and protected from the unpredictable chaos of the outside world. The ultimate expression of wealth insulation is preparing for societal collapse. As we have seen, this involves building fortified bunkers and investing in remote properties in stable countries like New Zealand. But it also involves a mindset. It is the belief that when a crisis comes, they will be able to detach themselves from the fate of the general population. They are not just protecting their wealth, they are protecting their bloodline, their way of life. This is a profound shift from the old idea of noblesse oblige, the duty of the rich to care for society. Instead, it is a move toward complete and total self-interest. This strategy of insulation has deep implications for society. As the wealthy withdraw into their protected bubbles, they become less invested in the public good. Why fund public parks when you own a private island? Why worry about public schools when your children attend exclusive academies? Why care about public health care when you are funding research into immortality? This growing separation between the super-rich and everyone else erodes social cohesion. It creates two parallel societies, one that is insulated from risk and another that is forced to bear its full weight. The power of the super-rich is not just in their individual wealth, but in their collective networks. They move within exclusive circles, far from public view. These are the modern-day secret societies. They are not necessarily cloaked in ritual and mystery, but they are defined by their extreme exclusivity. Events like the World Economic Forum in Davos, the Allen and Company Sun Valley Conference, or the Bilderberg meeting bring together the world's most powerful people. Here, behind closed doors, they forge relationships, make deals, and shape global agendas away from the scrutiny of the media or the public. These gatherings function as an informal global governance system. They create a space where a CEO from Silicon Valley can have a quiet conversation with a European prime minister, or where a Wall Street banker can coordinate strategy with an Asian industrialist. The bonds formed in these elite settings are incredibly powerful. They create a shared culture and a common understanding among the global elite. This is where the consensus of the powerful is formed, where the rules of the game are quietly negotiated. It is a world of unspoken agreements and powerful alliances. Beyond these high-profile conferences, there are even more private networks. These are the exclusive clubs, the invitation-only philanthropic circles, and the private advisory groups. Membership is a sign of ultimate status. These are places where information is shared, where trust is built, and where collective action is planned. For example, a group of billionaires might privately decide to fund a particular political cause or a new technological venture. Their combined capital can move mountains, shifting markets and influencing policy with an invisible hand. This ecosystem of exclusivity reinforces the separation of the super-rich from the rest of society. They live in a world where their peers are other billionaires, where their conversations are about shaping the globe, not just living in it. This creates a powerful echo chamber where their own assumptions and priorities are constantly reinforced. It is a world where immense power is concentrated and exercised in ways that are often opaque and unaccountable to the public. The real decisions are not made in parliaments but in the private chalets of Davos and the secluded resorts of Sun Valley. The hidden world of the super-rich is more than just a curiosity. It is a sign of a great divergence. We are witnessing the creation of a new transnational class of people who are more connected to each other than to their own countrymen. Their wealth gives them a level of freedom and power that is unprecedented in human history. They have the ability to opt out of national laws through tax havens, to escape earthly problems by looking to space, and even to challenge the finality of death itself. They are building a separate civilization, a world apart from our own. This separation raises fundamental questions about our future. Can democracy function when a small group of individuals has more power than many governments? What happens to social solidarity when the wealthiest members of society are insulated from the problems that affect everyone else? Their pursuit of immortality, space colonization, and fortified bunkers is not just about personal ambition. It is a statement about their relationship with the rest of humanity. It is a plan to secure their own future, even if it means leaving everyone else behind. The future they are building may be one of technological marvels. It may include cities on Mars and cures for aging. But it also threatens to be a future of extreme inequality. A world where a select few live in guarded paradises, while the majority grapple with the consequences of climate change, economic instability, and social decay. The opulence and secrecy of the super-rich are not just lifestyle choices. They are the building blocks of a new social order, a neo-feudalism, where power is concentrated in the hands of a few techno-lords. As we look at their private islands and their rockets to the stars, we are not just seeing wealth. We are seeing the beta test of a new kind of human existence. It is a life without limits, without borders, and without accountability. The secret lives of the super-rich are a preview of a possible future, one that we must understand if we are to have any say in the world that is being created. The great divergence is already underway. The question is whether it is possible to build a bridge between these two worlds before the gap becomes too wide to cross.